Episode 38 Boomer Guitar Sessions. What we're getting into today is a really cool topic. So if you've been with us, we've been talking about all kinds of things to work on our lead guitar improvisation and all that kind of stuff. So we learned about licks, we learned about scales, we learned about cage fingerings, we learned about all kinds of things. Today what we're going to check out is what I call horizontal playing and the music of Neil Young. When I say this, I was like 1990, maybe 1989, 1990. I got this book by the Mick Goodrick. It's called The Advancing Guitarist. This is a lifetime book. When I say a lifetime book, you won't outgrow it. It'll change your way of what you're doing and what you're playing. Okay, up until then, what I was doing is I was learning all the scale patterns that my teachers were teaching me and all that kind of stuff. And this tied everything together in like five or six pages. Like the book is it's got some depth to it. We're not worried about the depth. I'm only taking about 5% of the book, and this is something you can work on for 10 years or more. So what Mick Goodrick did, and then he was New England Conservatory, he taught at Berkeley, he taught at New England Conservatory, he played with Jeff Berlin, he's played with Gary Burton, he's kind of like Pat Metheny's mentor. This is the kind of pedigree he is. All those guys, again, Mick Goodrick, rest his soul. Rick Beato was one of his students when Rick Beato was working on his master's degree. He studied with Mick Goodrick. So what Mick talks about, okay, so one of the things that we all learn when we're in school or when we're learning our instrument is you want to learn your position playing and all that kind of stuff. And it is important, certainly. But what he noticed was if all you do is practice on your position playing and all you do is practice your licks and in position, then you're going to sound a certain way and you're going to be stuck, and it's going to be a kind of thing that you're going to be afraid to go outside of that little position that you created for yourself. It's kind of like a cage, literally. So you want to learn the cage, you also want to learn how to cut the rope, and that's what Mick offers you. So how did Mick cut the rope? What he said is more important. He says it's more important to learn how to play horizontally than it is vertically, because everybody has already learned to play vertically. And to spend a lot of time on horizontal, that is what you need to be working on. So to tie all the stuff together, so I can go like this. We're not just playing horizontal, we're not just playing vertical. His idea was to play all over the place without thought and all that kind of stuff. So with that said, I'm just going to secularize his approach. What he said, get a backing track, figure out what key you're playing in, and have a backing track and solo on one string until just on one string for the duration of the backing track. So what we're going to do, and here's the deal. I was trying to find players that sounded like they do this naturally. They have this sound naturally. And the one that I came up with that is the most obvious, it's not the only one I came up with, but the most obvious one to me is Neil Young. And I know lots of people love Neil Young and his guitar playing. But if you think about Neil Young's not Jimmy Page. And I'm not slighting Neil. Neil Young is not Jimi Hendrix. He doesn't have that. He doesn't do that kind of stuff. Neil Young, when you hear him solo, noise is a part of his stuff, but he's playing in key. He is not all about that kind of stuff. He's very melodic. His style is perfect for introducing the idea of what Mick Goodrick called as the unitar. When he says unitar, think of the unitar as the one-string instrument that you're going to master, and you're just going to work on playing on one string and soloing on one string. So this really makes things simple, because you're going to learn all this stuff. You learn all this stuff. You learn all the cage fingerings, and there's more than just cage fingerings, and you learn with position playing and all that kind of stuff. But if you're just stuck playing those scale fingerings that you know, then you're stuck. So what we're going to do is take Neil Young's Cortez the Killer. First thing you need to know about Cortez the Killer is it's 3 chords. E minor, D sus2, and some sort of A minor, A minor 9, and that's the whole song. Okay, now what we're going to do is take the backing track of that, once you get all the comping together and you listen to his comping and you listen to how he plays the chords and all that kind of stuff, and experiment with different chord voicings, all right? And then we take the backing track to that, and then we start, let's say, and this is another Mick Goodrickism, first finger, disadvantage exercise. It's a unitar and it's only your first finger. What we're going to do, what we're forcing ourselves into existence, is just melody playing and really focusing on playing melodically versus lick playing and playing or prearranged licks that you already memorized. Melody playing. So this is what it would sound like. Leave space. All in the key of E minor. So it's E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E. How beautifully simple that is. Okay, so you can do that with all your fingers as a disadvantage exercise, using your second finger and your third finger and all that. Then at some point we can introduce 2 fingers. We can introduce the first and second fingers. Just 2 fingers. So that was Django Reinhardt's style. Okay, go through the whole backing track, and the backing track is going to be linked to this video. Go through the whole backing track, and then what we're going to do is then move on to the next string and do the same thing. All right, so that is E natural minor. E natural minor. You want to learn how to solo in natural minor key. You're playing Neil Young, so we're this is going to be a future lesson, how we're talking about skill stacking. Okay, you're learning how to create melodies. You're learning about how music theory correlates with music creation. You're learning about chords and melody and how if I only know what key the chords are in, then I can, if, just by understanding that kind of information, I can play the right notes and I don't have to embarrass myself. Anyway, so Neil Young's playing sound, Cortez the Killer. In future lessons, we're going to discuss other players that this would be cool for, but it can be used in every style of music. It can open up doors in every kind of lead guitar playing and improvisation and melody playing if you want to be a melodic player. All right? This is Rod, Boomer Guitar Sessions. I believe in you. I'm grateful for you. And until next time, let's do this together. See ya. Hi, this is Rod from Boomer Guitar Sessions. I personally wanted to thank you for being part of our community. If you like what we're doing here and you want to see more of it, please hit the like, subscribe, and share. And this helps me spread my musical messages to all over the world. Thank you. I appreciate you. And always remember, you can do this.